Hello everybody. Have an Aaron's Zoom 42 mower here. Problem I'm having, I was out mowing and I did it last time I mowed right at the end. The blades kept turning off. You know, I was just driving along. The blades would turn off. I would just push down the PTO switch and then pull it back up. They'd come back on. And you know, it seemed like if I kind of held up on it, it would stay on. And so I just made it work and finished the yard. So anyways, I got out today. I started mowing. I remembered, yeah, I probably should have looked at that before. So it worked for a while, you know, the first 5 or 10 minutes, and then it started doing the same thing. The blades kept turning off. I'd push this down, pull it back up. I couldn't any longer hold this up and keep the blades on. It was just kind of, I'd have to press this down, pull it back up, and they'd start back up. So anyways, first thing that I looked at was the, let's get down here if you can see it, the PTO clutch. So I've got the wire unhooked here, and then this is where it plugs in to the clutch itself. So I looked online a little bit, and they said, and I don't know about this particular model, but basically said if the resistance is between 2 and 5 ohms, then you're good. So I'm getting over 5 ohms. You know, it's kind of drifting between 5.8 and 6.1, 6.2. 5.6, I guess. Well, yeah, so I don't know what that means. It's fluctuating, but you know, over 6. So anyways, I guess that could be the problem. I don't really know. I went ahead and pulled the switch out too. So the switch seems to work fine, meaning, you know, I tested the continuity, and I don't exactly know what all these, I mean, obviously the, you know, for each pin, there's common A, B, and C. There is no B actually. And then on this side it says NC on all of them. But I tested the continuity between a few of these, and it actually works. So I think it's maybe the common. So the common here and the next one over work. Okay, so the common here and the far NC work when this is pushed down. You know, there's continuity there. And then the common here and the center pin had continuity when I did this earlier. Let's see if I can, yeah. So it looks like it's working. So there's continuity between here and here when this is depressed. When I open it up, there's continuity here and here. So it is switching. So one thing that I noticed when I pulled this out, like I say, I was hoping it was a switch. I think the PTO clutch is quite a bit more expensive. But one thing that I noticed, let's see, which side is it on? So it's on the common. Right here on the pin, there's a little bit of a black mark, and I didn't see the black mark until I started looking at the plug here. But this far plug over here, I don't know if you can see that. Like I say, it looks like it's the common. It looks like it's broken. Hopefully that's picking up the pin or the clip that's inside there. It looks like it's broke. So I'm gonna try to fix this first. My thought is maybe, you know, maybe this is kind of starting to wiggle a little bit, and we're losing a connection there. Like I say, it's this far one here, so it's one of the commons. So maybe we're losing connection. And I also seen, like I say, this black mark here on this pin that almost makes it look like it arced, you know, it lost connection and it's starting to arc. The other thing that I guess could have happened is, you know, the resistance on my PTO clutch is getting too high, and so the current going through the switch is getting too high, and maybe that's what caused the arc. Anyways, I'm going to try this simple thing first of pulling that wire out and somehow reattaching. I probably don't have that in, but I'll pull it out and we'll see. Okay, so I've pulled 2 of these wires out just to show you the difference. So this green one is the one that's I believe is good and okay. So you can see it's got this rolled, this piece that's kind of rolled over and kind of fits back down into that groove. So it makes nice good contact all the time. So this purple one, obviously you can see that it's not rolled over very far, very little. And actually I just rolled that over. So you can see it's quite a bit shorter than the other one. So what I tried to do here was just roll that over so that whenever, you know, whenever I plug in the clip, it has something to actually, to butt up against, to set against, you know, so that it makes a good connection. So prior to rolling that over, you know, I stuck this pin in there and it was just loose. And so I'm hoping that this will work. I put the pin in there and made sure that it sat kind of firmly. You know, it's not obviously not as good as it was originally. But I'm gonna try that and see if it works. If it does, we'll try to replace this little clip. Okay, so I fixed that, put it back together, took it out and mowed. You know, I've got, I don't know, 1.5 acres that I mow. It mowed just fine, no problems, never cut back off. So I think the problem that we ran into was basically just a wiring issue on for this switch, not even the switch itself, but that little clip. So I'll probably leave it like it is for now. If I get a chance, I'll get on and buy a new end for it, that a new socket, I guess, that this switch plugs into. But anyways, that was it. So if you're having problems like this, check the simple stuff. You know, the PTO clutch is fairly expensive. The switch is probably pretty cheap. So I was hoping it was the switch. Even better, it was the wire clip. I was able to kind of modify it and make it work. So anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully that helps somebody.